Every night your brain paralyzes your body, floods itself with chemicals, and erases parts of who you were. Science has already proven it. You've done this roughly 9,000 times, and you just don't remember a thing. Close your eyes for a second. Imagine the lights going out behind your eyelids. That quiet, empty space. That black, silent void where you go for 8 hours every night. Where does you actually disappear to? Because here's the thing, you don't. You vanish from your own awareness, but your brain doesn't switch off. In some stages, it gets louder than when you're awake. Right now, someone you love is asleep nearby. Their skull is hosting a performance you've never been invited to watch. A hidden nightly theater inside them. And tonight, you're going to be in it again. But where exactly does the real you go? Roughly a third of your life is spent asleep. If you live to 75, that's about 25 years. 25 years lying horizontal with eyes closed. Most people picture that time as a kind of blackout, a pause, the body parked in a garage until morning. But here's the twist, that picture is wrong. Contrary to popular belief, sleep is not the opposite of being awake. Sleep is actually demanding work. Scientists believe it's one of the most active, most demanding things your body ever does each day. It rebuilds memory, it cleans the brain, it tunes your mood, it repairs your immune system completely, it rewrites who you are. Think back to last night. You don't remember the moment thoughts dissolved. You don't remember the hours that followed. Yet you woke up calmer, sharper, slightly different than before. Something happened in that gap you weren't allowed to witness. Subscribe for more secrets about your sleeping mind. Skip sleep and your memory fractures, mood collapses, immune cells turn sluggish. Even one short night quietly damages your brain. Sleep isn't rest, it's maintenance for the machine running your entire life. The first stage begins before you notice. Imagine you're lying in bed, lights off, phone face down. Your breath slows, your muscles soften, your eyes drift. This is stage N1. It lasts between 1 and 7 minutes. Most people don't realize they've entered it. In your waking brain, alpha waves dominate. Calm, smooth, alert. Then stage N1 begins, and those waves fade. Slower waves, called theta, start to rise. Your thoughts fragment. You stop following a single line of reasoning. Your mind throws up disconnected images, a staircase, a face you haven't seen in years, an unfinished sentence. This is the hypnagogic drift, the doorway between two worlds. And sometimes, without warning, that doorway slams shut. Your body suddenly jerks, a leg kicks, an arm flies up. You feel like you're falling off a cliff. That's a hypnic jerk. Almost everyone has had one. Scientists believe your brain misreads the muscle slowdown as dying, so it sends out a panic signal, a jolt, a test. Are you still here? Yes? Good. Continue. Wake you up now and you'll swear you weren't asleep yet, but your brain waves already told another story. Then your body quietly locks itself down. Stage N2 arrives next, and most people know nothing about it. From the outside, you look completely still. But inside your skull, things are getting strange and electrically loud. Two signature bursts appear on the brainwave readout. The first is called a sleep spindle, a tight flurry, a fast little burst of electrical activity lasting maybe a second. The second is called the K-complex. It's a single, sharp, dramatic spike followed by a slow dip, a strange double signature inside the brain. Sleep spindles are believed to help your brain sort the day's information, filing memories into long-term storage. The capital of a country you read about, the route you drove this morning, the face of someone new, all of it is being filed, tagged and stored without you knowing, your brain working quietly tonight. K-complexes act like guards. When a sound happens nearby, a door, a car, a voice, they fire. They tell your brain, not important, stay asleep. That's why traffic doesn't wake you, but your name does. Meanwhile, your heart rate is dropping, your body temperature is falling, your breathing slows and evens out completely, your muscles relax further. You are entering a kind of biological lockdown, doors closing one by one. About half your night is spent here, cycling in and out of this guarded, memory-sorting state quietly. It's not glamorous, there are no wild dreams yet, but without stage N2, you cannot truly learn, you cannot remember. You cannot become the person who wakes up tomorrow, whole, sharp, and finally ready. Next, your brain dives somewhere stranger. Stage N3. Deep sleep. The deepest, heaviest part of your entire night. It usually arrives within the first hour after you drift off. The brainwaves here become enormous and slow. They're called delta waves, long, rolling, almost oceanic. And while these slow waves roll, something extraordinary happens. The space between your brain cells actually expands. Imagine a city where streets widen on their own at night. Through those widened streets, a special fluid begins to flow. This is the glymphatic system, your brain's cleaner. While you're in deep sleep, this fluid flushes neural tissue, washing out waste built up during the day, including a protein called amyloid beta, the same protein that, when accumulated over years, is linked to Alzheimer's. In other words, your brain takes out the trash only while you're deeply asleep. Skip deep sleep, garbage stays. Meanwhile, your body releases a surge of growth hormone. Tissues repair, bones strengthen. The immune system rebuilds frontline cells. Ever wondered why a sick child seems to live in deep sleep? This is why. Emergency construction work. But stage N3 has a darker reputation. This is the stage where sleepwalking happens, where night terrors erupt. Those screaming, wide-eyed episodes the sleeper never remembers. The brain is unconscious, yet motor systems wake up halfway. Like staff members locked inside a closed building, moving in the dark while the mind sleeps on. If someone wakes you during stage N3, you don't just feel groggy, you feel like a zombie, confused, slurred, unsure where you are or who's talking.
Scientists call this sleep inertia. Your higher brain centers haven't booted up. The lights are on, but the manager isn't at the desk. The weirdest stage hasn't even started yet. About 90 minutes in, something flips. Your brainwaves suddenly speed up, almost identical to a fully awake brain. Your eyes twitch wildly behind closed lids, darting left and right, up and down, watching an invisible film. This is REM sleep, rapid eye movement. Paradoxical sleep, the most mysterious chapter of your entire night. Here's the paradox. Your brain is now in intense activity, in some regions more active than during the day. But your body is paralyzed, almost completely. Arms, legs, torso, jaw, locked. Only your eyes and diaphragm still move. This paralysis is called REM atonia. Scientists believe it exists for one urgent reason. You're living vivid dreams. You might be running, flying, fighting, falling, kissing. If your body followed those signals, you'd thrash and attack walls.
Atonia is the safety lock. The brain unplugs your muscles so you don't act out the movie. And the movie isn't random. Contrary to popular belief, dreams aren't leftover noise. REM sleep processes emotional memories. The painful argument from yesterday, the embarrassing moment years ago, the face of someone you lost, all replayed inside. Your brain recombines and softens these memories, stripping the emotional charge while keeping the lesson buried inside. Some researchers describe REM as overnight therapy, a built-in mechanism letting you wake able to face the world again without being crushed by everything you felt in it. In your first cycle, REM might last only 10 minutes, but it will come back, and each time it stays longer. And this cycle repeats 4 to 6 times. Your night is not one long stretch. It's a sequence of cycles, each lasting about 90 minutes. Within each cycle, you pass through the stages: light sleep, deeper sleep, sometimes very deep sleep, then REM. Then you almost wake up. Then it starts again. But the cycles are not identical, not even close. Early in the night, when your sleep debt is highest, your brain prioritizes deep, slow-wave sleep, the cleaning, the repair, the growth hormone, the body work. Your REM bursts are short. Later, the pattern shifts. Deep sleep shrinks. REM expands. The dreams get longer, stranger, more emotional, more cinematic in their feel. By the final cycle, just before you wake up, you can spend almost an hour inside REM. This is why your most vivid, cinematic dreams usually happen in the last hours before your alarm. Imagine you're living in a brain that every single night decides what to keep and what to throw away. Studies show during sleep, weak connections between neurons are pruned. Synapses unused during the day get trimmed back. Important ones are strengthened. Your brain is essentially editing itself, deleting drafts, saving the final version of you. This is also why people wake up with sudden creative solutions, why songwriters dream melodies, scientists dream answers. In late-night REM, your brain mixes ideas that don't normally touch. Distant memories collide, new connections form. Morning insight is often last night's quiet rearrangement. Turns out, your dreams really are doing the work. Skip these cycles and something quietly breaks. What happens if you don't sleep? Not one night, but chronically. Studies show when sleep is cut short, amyloid waste in your brain accumulates faster than it can be cleared. Over years, this becomes one of the suspected drivers behind cognitive decline, slow, quiet damage you barely feel. In 1963, a 17-year-old named Randy Gardner stayed awake for 11 straight days as a science experiment. By the end, he was hallucinating, thought he was a famous athlete, couldn't focus his eyes, couldn't speak clearly. His short-term memory collapsed. His brain, starved of nightly maintenance, began to misfire, every system slowly going wrong. There's a rare genetic disease called fatal familial insomnia. Those who inherit it slowly lose the ability to sleep. Within months, they suffer dementia, paranoia, hallucinations. Within a year, they die from the simple absence of sleep. You don't need 11 days. One bad night, 4 hours, impairs your reaction time like being legally drunk. Your judgment narrows, your mood darkens, emotional control thins out. You become a worse driver, partner, decision maker overnight. And here's the cruel detail: sleep debt cannot be fully repaid. You can recover some, claw back some alertness, but studies show certain damage from chronic sleep loss doesn't fully reverse. Your brain remembers, your cells remember. So what does tonight actually mean for you? Your identity is not fixed, it is rebuilt every single dawn. The memories you'll access tomorrow, your emotional balance, your creativity, the patience you show, all of it assembled tonight. Tonight, protect the first cycle and the last cycle. The first, heavy with deep sleep, clears your brain's trash. The last cycles, heavy with REM, sort emotions and unlock creativity. Cut either end short and lose something irreplaceable. The conditions that help are very simple. A dark room, a cool temperature, slightly lower than daytime comfort, a consistent bedtime even on weekends, less light from screens in the hour before bed, less afternoon caffeine, less alcohol, which fragments your REM. Your brain isn't asking for luxury, it's asking for steady, predictable conditions. Imagine living without this nightly rehearsal. No memory consolidation, no emotional processing, no waste clearance, no tissue repair, no creative recombination either. You wouldn't just feel tired, you would become a stranger to yourself within days. Sleep is not lost time. It is when the version of you that wakes tomorrow is actually being built. Waking hours are when you use yourself. Sleeping hours are when you are made. One question still haunts researchers. After everything science learned, stages, chemicals, cycles, cleaning, consolidation, one thing nobody can fully explain still remains. Why do we dream at all? Why does the brain insist on writing these strange, nonsensical stories every night? What are dreams really for? That single question still haunts the world's most careful sleep researchers even today. If you want the answer, or the best theories science has so far, watch the dream episode next.
I'll break down what your dreams might actually mean, and why some scientists believe they matter more than sleep itself. The next video is right here. And before you go, what's the weirdest dream you've ever had? The one you still remember years later? Drop it in the comments below. I read every single one. And if you want more quiet, honest breakdowns of what's really happening inside your brain, subscribe now. There's a lot more hidden machinery to uncover. Sleep well. Something extraordinary